I think the original Children of the Corn played on the USA Network every single day during my childhood. That's the first note I made while rewatching Children of the Corn for the first time in well over 20 years. The second came much later and simply says, "This movie is dull and full of bullshit. Children murder everyone in the small town of Gatlin, Nebraska." Three years later, Linda Hamilton and Peter Horton inadvertently wind up in town, and the weird cult of lil Republican presidential candidates that exists there now doesn't like their presence very much.
But they had a game in music. They're forbidden.
Question me not, Malachi. I act according to his will.
There aren't many positives I can think of to list for Children of the Corn because, as I said, it's dull and full of bullshit. The only exception might be the weird little man-child playing Isaac, who gets some good freakouts when his goofy cult of Jim Henson's Republican babies turn on him out of nowhere.
Don't just sit there. Seize him, punish him, cut him down, I command you. I am the word and the giver of his laws. Disobedience to me is disobedience to him. Do it now, or your punishment shall be 1,000 times 1,000 deaths, each more horrible than the last.
They are tired of your talk, Isaac. I've shown them what I can do. Cut the woman down. Put Isaac in her place. Yeah, we will see how the Lord favors you.
No, you dare not blaspheme. He will punish you. The jaws of hell will devour you. All of you. No.
As far as negatives go, well, everything else. How does a farming town drop off the map for 3 years without anyone noticing? No one was curious as to why their corn shipments stopped arriving? I mean, this stuff has to go somewhere, right? No one wonders why Grandma doesn't send them Christmas cards anymore? Local Doppler radar isn't picking up the violent weather patterns that pop up over town out of nowhere? I also wanted to make a drinking game for every time someone says "seize him" in the movie, but I quickly realized if I did, you'd all be dead. Also this. Don't make Linda Hamilton do this.
No more books and studies. Now I can stay out late with my buddies. I can do the things that I want to do, 'cause all my exams are through.
I can only guess that Stephen King's name is what helped this modestly budgeted film rake in a ton of money at the box office. It's neither directed nor edited very well, and while creepy kids can potentially be entertaining, magical corn stalks and scary clouds, not so much. Children of the Corn 2 at least starts with a premise that's tied to the first film, and that someone has finally discovered the horrific crimes that occurred in Gatlin. It's hinted that the survivors of the first film are the ones who notified the authorities. Eventually, the remaining children are dispatched to other towns, where of course the corn murders continue, thanks to one of the children falling directly into some discarded CGI test sequence.
What was that?
Tabloid reporter Terrence Knox and his 30-year-old teenage son happen to be driving through and get caught up in the new shenanigans. So, the first Children of the Corn film is dumb. The second one, though, is dumb. Really? Wizard of Oz references? That's what we're doing here? This is dumb.
Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
This is dumb.
Oh, 65.
Yeah! Yeah!
So yeah, this thing is terrible and not worth a look, but I'll give this sequel credit for actually tying into the one before it. And at least it wasn't some quick cash grab of some kind. Thankfully, the rights were snapped up to make this, The Final Sacrifice, the true finale of the Children of the Corn saga, and I'm glad that... I'm sorry, what? What's that? How many sequels? And a remake? Fuck.